Hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I've been a bit unwell, but I'm back. I'm sorry I look a bit rough, but I have done a bit of a vlog, no it's not a vlog is it, it's a video on teaching your horse to walk nicely, pulling at the grass, just having that level of respect, because you need your horse to respect you and have that clear communication that when you're on the grass, if you're walking somewhere, you shouldn't be pulling at feed bowls, it's your say, and they need to have some respect for that. So there's a few ways that I like to try and work through this. There's lots of different ways on the internet or wherever you're going to look, and that's fine. You have to find one that works for you. Here is how I would do it. Some of these are not clicker training based, some of them are, just depending on preference. I just want to touch quickly on clicker training, because I know a lot of people say to me, I can't clicker train, my horse mugs me for treats. Your clicker training is wrong from the start. The very start of your clicker journey is you teaching your horse the boundaries. If they're not in place, you will find clicker very difficult, because your horse will mug you for the treats. So it's about, and I will do more videos on this if you'd like them, it's about getting the boundaries in place. It's about your horse understanding where they need to be to receive the treats, and the position of their body, their head is facing forward, they shouldn't be looking around snatching. So yeah, I feel like if your clicker is not quite working, scratch it, scrap it, scratch it, scrap it, and you'll start again from the beginning and just get your boundaries in place, and it will make your life so much easier. But let's get into the video. I am using some of you guys to connect with me on TikTok. If you're on there, drop me a comment and let me know that you came from YouTube. Oh, my face is burning for some reason today. This hat lining is so annoying as well. This is Lily's hat. I sometimes wear it when I don't want to wear mine. Ow, that was sharp. Was that my nail? I've got a finny. What I'm going to do is, I don't have a pony that pulls, which makes it slightly harder, but I will find one and get some videos of this. But what you want to do is get some traction behind them. So if they're like stood on all 4 feet, you're going to prod the hind end, you're going to do a bit of rope action, twirling action, and you are going to get them to move their feet. And as soon as their feet move, the head will come up, and then you've got your window opportunity to get them up. You can give a reward, you can ask them to walk on, and you're going to have to work at this slowly. Nothing I do is a quick fix. I'm not saying in one day everything's going to be cured. It's going to have to be consistent. You're going to put a lot of effort in. Ow, that was rude. The thing I would recommend getting is a rope halter, because I know as lovely as some of these Lemure ones look and how amazing they are, they don't really do a job. This has the points and it's knotted where you need it to be. Probably not the best kind of knot, but I will change that. But it just helps you be more clear. The first thing I would say to do is, if you've got an area without grass, start in there and just work on your walk and stop. So what I'm going to do here, I just start working on a big circle with Finn. I'm going to match my legs to his. Stop it. What I'm going to do here is just work with Finn. I'm going to work on a big circle. I'm going to match my legs to his. When I want him to stop, I'm going to turn my body and shoulders in, and I'm going to lift this up so he gets this feel, okay? He is super light and sensitive. He's been doing this for a long time, and I will get Bluebell out and show you with a different horse as well, because she's the newest one to my team. She picks us up really quickly. But yeah, let's go and have a little walk and a start and practice that, because ultimately the issue here is you've got no respect from your horse. There's a lack of communication, and all it comes down to is being able to say stop and being able to say go. Let's pretend that Finn is grazing. I would get the end of a whip, usually a bit longer than this, but I've lost my long whip from the other day's training. I would just be tap, 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 tap until you get a reaction, remove it. Head will come up, walk on. And then I would personally reward that behaviour, because you are then seen as the value rather than the grass. The thing I do like to do, if you've got a long rope, I'd get a long rope. Don't work with these short ropes to start with. Make this behind the bum and ask him to walk forward. Good. 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 I know it sounds ridiculous, but your walking and stopping is the foundation to everything. The feel on the rope, as soon as you have the feel on the rope, your horse should be reacting, and it should be that quick. And it's hard to get, and it's hard to maintain. You have to consistently do this. I've practiced this absolutely everywhere. Before you go in your stable, before you go in your shelter, before you go hacking, do it for 2 minutes every day, and it will add up, and you will get a much better connection, because your horse is going to be more responsive to your body language. And especially if you use some form of clicker or treats, you're going to start to get a bit more value added to you. What I would do in an environment that isn't covered in grass, if you've got one, is just practice standing and waiting. Like Finn just standing here. It's the art of doing nothing is so important. You can practice ground tying. There's a tutorial on my TikTok for that, where you just drop the rope and they stand there. Practice your standing, practice your waiting, practice them doing very, very little when you're around, and then you will be able to pick them up, ask them to walk on, ask them to stop, and it will come over time. It will take a while, especially if you've got a horse that pulls and is bullshit. What to do is just correct them, put them where you need to be. Someone's sneaking in, go back, go back. Good, wait. Even now with Finn, we'll just chat and he will just stand there, and that is all I'm asking him to do. So the next one I'm going to show you is to use a whip as like a blocker. So it's not to hit the horse, it's not to make them scared, and if you've got a horse that's scared of whips, don't use this technique. You know, every horse is different, we have to do what suits them. What I'm going to do is use this in front of her shoulder, in front of his head. This is my space in front of here. This is a blocker to say, you're not going that way, you can just wait there. And it's a really good one, because as you start to raise this in front of their shoulder or their nose or whatever's easiest for you, he's going to touch the phone. You've been asked to stand still. Stand. Thank you. You'll raise it, it will become a blocker. He's moving his bum to me now. This horse just does too much sometimes. He needs to get more into using the standing weight. Anyway, this is a block. This is a no. Take it away, they can walk forward. Put it in front, no, it's a block. Away, you can go. Really good one to use, really good one to practice. Seeing lots of my training, if you watch my TikTok, I do this a lot with Finn, especially when he's doing like groundwork, pole work. It just helps to guide him in some situations. If he's rushing, I'll pop this in front of him and just say, just calm down, take a step back, slow down, and it just helps him to get the answers right. And that's what we want with these situations. Help get the answers right, because your horse doesn't want to be constantly told no. And just while we're here, if you have got a lot of grass and grass is the only area that you train on, don't say no all the time. I would literally start by getting their attention, do 2 or 3 strides, then let them have the release and have the rope and say, you can eat the grass. Have a few mouthfuls, then ask them to come up again, walk on a few strides, drop, eat some grass. The more you say, no, 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 the more they're probably going to want it. So I would definitely recommend just having a bit of trial and error. It can be sort of their reward for listening, their reward, even if it's just 3 steps, it's fine. Even if it's 1 step, it's fine. They can have a bit of grass, because that is what they're training on. Something else, while I'm still here chatting, something else to notice as well is that sometimes I do find if horses do drag and pull to grass, and this is not all horses, I know there's certain ponies horses that just are very food driven. Sometimes we have unmet needs, and it's really important to make sure that your horse is getting enough feed, they're getting enough grass, getting enough turnout, time with friends, all these things, they're comfortable, they've got a healthy gut, because sometimes they do tend to pull to food and grass if they have unmet needs. And I hope you can hear me, because Finn was licking and chewing right at the side of my camera. Right, I'm going to show you this blocker with using the whip. So it's front of the shoulder or in front of the face or the nose, whatever you find easier to do it. I like to use the shoulder. It's like a close the gate, open the gate. Finny, get that out of your mouth. He's holding onto the rope. Walk on. I know, you were very patient then. Good boy. I hope you guys can see me. I've got it here. Good. Take it away. Good. 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 This will take time, and you might have to put a bit of pressure, let them walk into it. That is okay. Sometimes you have to make it big, sort of move it up and down in front of them, just so it stops them and they get that reaction. They're like, oh, okay. Like I did here with Finn. He went a bit too fast, so I said, hold on a minute, you know how this works. And then asked him to stop, and then I removed it. I opened the gate and he went forward. Good. Good. Very good example, because Finn doesn't really rush ahead too much, but if he does, I'll use it and I'll make it a bit of a no-go zone, and I'll say It's nothing crazy. I don't smack him with it. I use it as an extension of my arm, as if I was going to say, this is my area. You can make it bigger if you need to. He wants to play with it, stop. So if you need to do that, do it. Just do a couple, get that sort of like, oh, and then say, yeah, okay, great. As soon as they step back and go, oh, great, keep it still. If you want to use it as like a block, say no. You can go. As soon as they go, oh, go still. They get Bluebell out and show you what we did with her over the last couple of sessions. So she doesn't really pull to grass, but what I did do is let her put her head down and eat some of the grass, and then I made a kissy noise like that, and that was her signal to lift her head. Then I used clicker training, so I clicked and rewarded that. And this is important with your clicker training. So I know you're being smart. I know you've not really had a reward. Good boy. Let me put Finn back and I'll get Bluebell. It's so warm. What I will say as well, guys, is sometimes a lack of value around what you're doing, where you're going, and the grass is the driver because it's more valuable than the ridden work they're doing. So make sure there's variety. If you can use reward. And people say, I don't like to give my horse loads of treats. You don't have to give him loads of treats. Give him some, look at these like running around. You can give him something of low sort of sugar, cucumber, things like that, celery. They're quite good for horses in terms of like, they're just purely made of water or a lot of water. I would reward any sort of engagement that they're giving you. So if they're coming in, they're walking nicely, yeah, well done. And then eventually, the thing is with this and with clicker, you can eventually drop the treats, you can drop the frequency. You know, all these horses that are trained naturally, they train to liberty, they get a reward at the end. But I can tell you the whole time that they were performing and they were training and practicing, they were getting rewarded frequently throughout that. And they get to a point where their drive is so high for this treat at the end that they will perform and they will be lovely and happy all the way through, reward at the end. But throughout the training, they would have had a reward through every small section. So I definitely would say if you can do that with your horse, I would recommend it. It just boosts engagement, boosts the drive. They'll be more inclined to come in and see what you've got to offer rather than what the grass is offering. I am also going to do a clicker intro, so how to introduce clicker, how to stop the bolshiness, the looking for treats, because that is people's biggest problem here. They say to me all the time, I can't give treats, my horse mugs me. I will do a video on how to introduce this properly so you're not left with these ponies that are always mugging you, they're trying to swipe round, their teeth are coming at you. It's about boundary, it's about having the head central, head straight, you delivering the treat, but it's a whole other topic. So let me get Bluebell and we'll get into the next part of the video. Got Bluebell, and literally she's done one session on this, so she doesn't really pull to grass, she's not overly bothered, she'd rather see what I want her to do and get involved. But what I've been letting her do is just nibble on the grass, and then I've been asking her to pick her head up when I say yeah, any sort of interaction with that noise, her ears went up, her head went up, and along with that I have just gone upwards with the rope. She wants to get started, so I just lift the rope up and make the kissy noise, and as soon as she reacts with me I click and I give a treat, head facing forward, so there's no mugging. I don't want her in my space. Go back. No. Good. Good. Okay. Can you eat some grass? Getting her to nibble the grass is a bit hard sometimes. But she just doesn't do it. They're quite well, they've done this a lot, so they kind of know how it works. Oh, the tiny feel on the rein now, the tiny feel on the rein to her isn't her saying, oh, I'm going to work with you now, what would you like me to do? I'm going to ignore her for a minute. Oh, she stood on the rope. Oh no, I could see it was under her legs. Yeah, that was it. You did a really good job. That was a big deal. I'm so sorry, that was really bad handling from me. But that's how quickly and reactive you can get your horse to be if you train this kind of thing. And there's a reward. It's more interested for her to pick her head up and see what I'm doing than it is to eat the grass. I know, that was a big deal because I didn't do a very good job at making sure the rope was safe. Make sure your rope is not under your horse's legs. She might eat in here. Good. Come over here. This is what happens when you become more valuable than the grass. Your horse waits for you and wants to work with you. Eat some grass. So typical, you couldn't see this one, but you see how quickly I reward, I click, I say good, give her a treat. That is how quickly she lifted her head up. Right, wait for this. Ready? Oh, good. Good. Guys, a lot of distraction here, but what I like to do is just head up, feet still, as quickly still as possible anyway. Guys, you're not helping on the video. Not at all. Where do you want to eat next? I might hold this. This might be easier. Yeah, where would you like to go? You show me. I'll just give it a nice relaxed rope. Because ideally, as soon as you have any feel on this rope, you want your horse to be reacting and responding and being with you. So would you like to eat somewhere? Or are you just going to walk around in circles because you think that's what you need to do? Finny, she doesn't want to be your girlfriend. Ready? Oh, come on. Have a bit of... There's not really much to eat, to be honest. Not around here. You can eat the grass, girlie. Just eat something. Good. So nice and central with her head. A click is followed by the reward. You can see she's not shaking her head to me. I like her nice and central. And again, let's see if she'll do it again. Yeah. Oh, as soon as I give any feel or any kind of signal, she's like, what do you want to do, Mum? I will have to come out to one of you guys. If you're anyone's Derbyshire based and you struggle with this, let me know because I'd love to come out. And good. Good girl. So you still feet. Nicely. Good. So she does look at me and that is okay, but we correct that by putting her head straight. And you know what? Sometimes it's nice for them just to wait to put their head nice and central. You'll see sometimes she puts herself back in that sort of frame, which is great because that's what we want. She shouldn't be coming for treats. Good. Good, look at that. Head central. Good. Good girl. I can do more on this, guys, if you want. I'll definitely love to come out to one of you guys and do a video on this because it would be really helpful to have a horse that actually does pull to the grass. Oh, she's waiting for it, look. You're just too clever. And you've got too many boys wanting you, haven't you, girlie? She's kind of implied the kiss noise with the stop as well, which, I mean, doesn't really matter to me because it helps. But it was, if you look on the TikTok, it was all based on sort of the head raise yesterday. So head up and then walk on a few steps and I let her sort of go back down, have a little nibble if she wanted to. Oh, lovely. Good girl. I'd like her to go and have a little nibble and all that crap everywhere. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Great. Oh. She's more interested in the boys. Okay. Right, I'm going to call it here with her and I'll just come back for a chat with you in the feed room. Good. So wait, no. Good, there. Put her, she corrected herself. I was slow on marking her there. No. You can help them. Put their head straight. Put them central. Good. Feed central. Good girl. Good. Good. Wait. Good. No. Put your head straight. Good. There we go. That's it. Super clever. Oh, your eye looks sore. Let me just sort this. And I shall put her back and come for a chat with you guys. I think I might have caught the sun a little bit. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit... I'm very pale, but then my cheeks feel red. But anyway, I've done the ponies. I'll put everyone to bed. I just wanted to come on and say, I hope that kind of helps make sense. I know it's probably a bit quick. If you want me to do a video on one particular thing, let me know. And I definitely can. And I'll do a lot more on Clicker. Sorry about my breathing. I've not been very well. And my blocked nose, so please ignore that. But yeah, any questions, let me know. I'd love to help you guys. Everyone trains in very different ways and that is okay. Take the bits that work for you. People get obsessed with like a plan or a person and they follow everything, and it's okay just to take bits that you like and bits that work for your horse and see how you get on. I love changing my training styles and I think some people are so afraid to do that. Don't be. So let me know if you want to have a little chat on anything. You can drop me an email, send me a message, just drop a comment, and let me know if this helps. If you've got a horse that pulls and you live in Derbyshire and you want to do a session, please drop me a message, because I'd be really, really interested in working with somebody to do more on this. But yes, I hope that helps. I hope you can put it into practice. Consistency, effort, reward, positive reinforcement. Let your horse have a nice time while they're training with you. You will see a difference. Anyway, I've talked way too much. I'm going to go home. So I hope that was okay. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.